Family Guy Season 21, The Complete Journey. What happens when a show reaches its third decade, when the jokes have been told, the boundaries have been pushed, and the characters have lived through generations of change? For most shows, it means irrelevance. For Family Guy Season 21, it meant reinvention. Welcome back. Today we're diving into Family Guy's 21st season, a milestone that proves longevity isn't just about survival, it's about evolution. These 20 episodes aired from September 2022 to May 2023, representing a show that refuses to rest on its legacy and instead continues pushing forward into uncharted comedic territory. Season 21 faced unique challenges, a world transformed by social media, streaming wars, and cultural shifts that would have broken lesser shows. But instead of retreating into nostalgia, Family Guy embraced the chaos. From Instagram hacking to TikTok stunts, from hologram technology to ancient blockbuster stores, this season proved that some shows don't just age, they mature like fine wine. This is the season that showed us what happens when experience meets innovation, when classic characters face modern problems, and when 20+ years of storytelling wisdom gets unleashed on contemporary culture. Get ready for 20 episodes that prove the best is yet to come. Episode 1, Season 21 opens with an ambitious format-breaking episode that retells 3 Oscar-winning stories: Silence of the Lambs, American Beauty, and Forrest Gump, with the Griffin family cast in iconic roles. This premiere demonstrates the show's confidence in its ability to tackle cinema's most revered films while maintaining its distinctive comedic voice. The Silence of the Lambs segment casts Peter as Hannibal Lecter, creating both horror parody and character comedy as his bumbling nature clashes with the psychological thriller's sophistication. The American Beauty parody provides opportunities for both suburban satire and examination of middle-aged crisis themes, while avoiding the original's more problematic elements. Lois's casting in the lead role allows for exploration of suburban frustration while maintaining the show's family-friendly approach to adult themes. The animation team creates detailed recreations of iconic scenes while adding visual gags that enhance rather than undermine the source material. The Forrest Gump segment showcases Chris's character while providing opportunities for both historical parody and heartfelt moments that honor the original's emotional core. The episode's structure requires seamless transitions between vastly different tones and genres, while maintaining comedic momentum throughout. Each segment receives enough development to function as standalone parody, while contributing to the episode's overall exploration of American cinema and cultural mythology. The voice acting deserves particular recognition as each performer adapts their established character voices to embody iconic film roles without losing essential personality traits. The episode's ambitious scope demonstrates the show's technical capabilities, while also showcasing the creative team's deep understanding of both cinema history and their own characters' comedic potential. Episode 2, the Griffin family's road trip to Bend, Oregon to rent a VHS from the last remaining Blockbuster store becomes both nostalgia, comedy, and examination of how technology affects family entertainment. The episode captures the genuine cultural significance of Blockbuster's extinction, while finding humor in the family's desperate attempts to recreate past experiences. The road trip format provides opportunities for both travel comedy and family bonding as different generations react differently to the nostalgic pilgrimage. The Blockbuster store setting creates detailed recreation of video rental culture, while examining how streaming services have fundamentally changed entertainment consumption. The episode avoids simple old days were better nostalgia by acknowledging both the conveniences of modern technology and the genuine community aspects of physical media rental. Peter's obsession with recreating perfect family movie night reveals both his desire for connection and his tendency to complicate simple experiences. The other customers and store employees provide opportunities for both character comedy and examination of how different people process technological change and cultural loss. The episode explores generational differences in entertainment preferences while maintaining respect for both traditional and contemporary approaches to family entertainment. The movie selection process becomes comedy goldmine as family members argue over choices while also confronting the limitations and surprises of physical media browsing. The episode's resolution emphasizes that family connection matters more than specific entertainment formats, while acknowledging that some cultural losses deserve recognition and mourning. This premiere successfully combines format nostalgia with contemporary family dynamics while avoiding simple technophobia or generational stereotyping.
No!
Episode 3. Joe's accidental glimpse of Lois naked creates unexpected rejuvenation in his marriage with Bonnie, while Stewie embraces electric SUV culture after receiving an eco-friendly vehicle. The episode explores how small incidents can dramatically affect relationships while satirizing both electric vehicle culture and suburban social dynamics. Joe's renewed sexual energy with Bonnie provides both relationship comedy and examination of how routine affects long-term partnerships. Stewie's electric SUV storyline creates opportunities for both environmental satire and character development as he adopts the stereotypical Range Rover lifestyle complete with pretentious attitudes and social climbing. His transformation from evil genius to eco-conscious suburbanite provides both comedy and commentary on how material possessions affect personal identity and social presentation. The episode handles the potentially uncomfortable premise of Joe seeing Lois naked with both sensitivity and humor, while exploring how attraction and desire function within established relationships and social boundaries. The inadvertent nature of the incident prevents the storyline from becoming inappropriate while still examining how such moments affect personal psychology and relationship dynamics. Bonnie's response to Joe's renewed interest provides both relationship comedy and realistic portrayal of how partners can be surprised by changes in long-term relationships. The episode explores how comfort and routine can both stabilize and stagnate partnerships while suggesting that unexpected experiences can revitalize established connections. The resolution emphasizes that healthy relationships require both stability and surprise while acknowledging that some forms of inspiration are more appropriate than others. Stewie's vehicle storyline provides parallel commentary on how external changes affect internal identity while maintaining his essential character traits beneath surface alterations.
Oh, hey, Peter. What are you clenching in that fist there?
Episode 4. Lois hypnotizes Peter to satisfy her sexual desires while Stewie renovates his treehouse to win over Brian and Chris, creating parallel storylines about manipulation, desire, and friendship. The episode explores themes of consent and relationship power dynamics through both comedic and more serious lenses while maintaining appropriate boundaries for network television. Lois's use of hypnosis raises questions about relationship equality while providing opportunities for both marital comedy and examination of sexual compatibility. Peter's hypnotized state creates both physical comedy and character development as his inhibitions are removed while his essential personality remains intact. The episode handles potentially controversial subject matter by emphasizing Lois's motivations as relationship improvement rather than exploitation while still acknowledging the ethical complexity of the situation. Stewie's treehouse renovation project provides both construction comedy and exploration of his genuine desire for friendship and acceptance from his family members. His sophisticated approach to interior design clashes with his childlike need for approval, while creating opportunities for both visual comedy and character growth. The episode examines how people pursue connection and satisfaction in relationships while questioning whether manipulation is ever acceptable even with good intention. Brian and Chris's reactions to Stewie's treehouse efforts provide both comedy and genuine appreciation for his creative efforts while maintaining their individual personalities and relationship dynamics. The resolution requires both storylines to address the ethics of manipulation while emphasizing that genuine relationships require honesty and mutual respect rather than control or artificial influence. The episode examines how people pursue connection and satisfaction in relationships while questioning whether manipulation is ever acceptable even with good intention.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you have to die.
Episode 5. Cleveland's ignominious firing from his postal job leads to flourishing success at the brewery while exploring themes of career change, personal dignity, and workplace fulfillment. The episode provides Cleveland with significant character development while examining how job satisfaction affects personal identity and community relationships. His transition from mail carrier to brewery worker creates opportunities for both workplace comedy and examination of how career changes affect established social roles. The Postal Service sequences provide both bureaucratic comedy and realistic portrayal of public service challenges, while avoiding simple mockery of government employment or postal workers. Cleveland's mistake that leads to his firing creates both physical comedy and genuine embarrassment, while maintaining sympathy for his situation. The brewery environment provides opportunities for both workplace camaraderie and examination of how different professional environments affect personality and job satisfaction. Cleveland's natural talents emerge in his new role while creating comedy through his adjustment to different workplace culture and expectations. The episode explores how career identity affects personal relationships while examining the difference between job security and job satisfaction. Cleveland's success at the brewery provides both personal validation and practical benefits while creating new challenges and opportunities for character development. The community's reaction to Cleveland's career change provides both support and commentary on how professional identity affects social perception and personal relationships. The episode avoids simple follow your dreams messaging by acknowledging both the risks and benefits of career change while emphasizing that workplace satisfaction significantly affects overall life quality. The resolution emphasizes that personal fulfillment requires finding work that matches individual strengths and interests, while acknowledging that career changes often involve both sacrifice and unexpected opportunities for growth and community connection. Episode 6. Peter creates a hologram of himself to avoid household responsibilities while exploring themes of technology, laziness, and family obligation. The episode satirizes both technological solutions to personal problems and Peter's ongoing attempts to avoid responsibility while maintaining family relationships. The hologram technology provides both science fiction comedy and examination of how people use innovation to avoid rather than solve underlying problems. The holographic Peter creates both visual comedy and family confusion as different family members react differently to the artificial substitute for genuine presence and participation. The episode explores how technology can create distance even when intended to provide connection while examining the importance of authentic engagement in family relationships. The household responsibilities that Peter attempts to avoid provide both domestic comedy and realistic portrayal of family labor distribution and management. His schemes to use technology for avoidance rather than assistance create both immediate comedy and longer-term consequences that affect family harmony and individual relationships. The episode examines how modern convenience technology affects personal responsibility while questioning whether innovation should be used to enhance or replace human connection and effort. The family's gradual discovery of Peter's deception provides both comedy and genuine relationship tension as they confront his unwillingness to participate authentically in family life. The Halloween setting provides additional opportunities for costume comedy and seasonal humor while creating thematic connections between artificial appearance and genuine identity. The episode's exploration of authenticity versus convenience resonates beyond specific holiday context to broader questions about technology's role in personal relationships. The resolution requires Peter to choose between technological convenience and genuine family participation, while emphasizing that relationships require authentic presence rather than artificial substitutes regardless of technological sophistication or creative implementation.
Man, this is going great! Oh crap, I'm stuck.
Episode 7. Stewie accidentally winds up in Paris after hiding in Quagmire's suitcase while Peter and Lois compete with Bonnie's Instagram success during their Vermont getaway. The episode combines international adventure with social media satire while exploring themes of accident, competition, and contemporary validation-seeking behavior. Stewie's Parisian adventure provides both travel comedy and character development as he navigates foreign culture independently. The Paris setting creates opportunities for both cultural comedy and genuine appreciation for international experience, while avoiding offensive stereotypes about French culture or American tourists. Stewie's sophisticated vocabulary serves him well in international settings, while his childlike perspective creates both humor and genuine wonder at cultural differences. Peter and Lois's Instagram competition with Bonnie provides parallel commentary on social media culture and relationship competition, while examining how online validation affects real-world relationships and personal satisfaction. Their attempts to create perfect vacation content create both comedy and genuine relationship tension as they prioritize presentation over experience. The episode explores how social media affects travel and relationship experiences, while questioning whether documentation and validation enhance or diminish genuine enjoyment and connection. The competition element creates both comedy and examination of how friendship can become competitive when filtered through social media metrics and public presentation. Quagmire's role in facilitating Stewie's adventure provides both comedy and character development while creating opportunities for international storylines and cultural exchange. The episode's structure allows for both parallel development and eventual convergence of different storylines and character experiences. The resolution emphasizes that genuine experiences matter more than their documentation or public reception, while acknowledging that modern travel and relationships are inevitably affected by social media culture and contemporary validation-seeking behavior.
They say Mona Lisa's eyes follow you wherever you go.
Episode 8. Stewie faces public disgrace after a pop star unleashes her fan base against him for a benign comment, while Peter enjoys the benefits of excess skin following lap band surgery. The episode explores themes of cancel culture, celebrity fan behavior, and body image through both comedic and serious lenses, while examining how public reaction can dramatically exceed initial incident severity. The pop star fan base attack provides both social media comedy and genuine examination of how online harassment affects individuals, while questioning the proportionality of public response to minor infractions or misunderstandings. Stewie's sophisticated vocabulary and intellectual approach clash with the emotional intensity of fan culture, while creating both humor and empathy for his situation. Peter's lap band surgery and resulting excess skin provides both body comedy and examination of weight loss, body image, and medical intervention, while avoiding simple mockery of people dealing with weight and health issues. His enjoyment of the skin's entertainment value creates both physical comedy and character development through his unique perspective on body changes. The episode examines how contemporary culture handles mistakes and misunderstandings while exploring the difference between accountability and disproportionate punishment. Stewie's intelligence and usual confidence are challenged by public opinion in ways that create both humor and genuine character development. The medical and surgical elements provide both comedy and realistic portrayal of weight loss surgery and its physical and emotional consequences, while maintaining respect for people choosing medical intervention for health and appearance concerns. The resolution addresses both storylines' themes about public perception, personal dignity, and how individuals cope with unwanted attention, while emphasizing that character and relationships matter more than public opinion or physical appearance. Episode 9. Peter and Chris's poor performance in a carnival generation gap game forces them to reconnect while Brian dates a carny whose crude habits challenge his intellectual pretensions. The episode explores generational differences, relationship tolerance, and how shared experiences can bridge personal gaps while examining what people overlook in romantic relationships. The carnival setting provides both nostalgic atmosphere and opportunities for games, competitions, and relationship development while creating authentic working-class environment for character interaction and growth. The Generation Gap game creates both comedy and genuine examination of how different ages approach culture, technology, and social interaction. Peter and Chris's relationship receives significant development as they confront their different interests and communication styles while finding common ground through shared effort and genuine interest in understanding each other's perspectives. Their reconnection attempts provide both father-son comedy and realistic portrayal of family relationship challenges and opportunities. Brian's relationship with the carny woman challenges his intellectual snobbery, while examining how attraction and compatibility function when partners have very different backgrounds, interests, and social presentations. Her crude habits create both comedy and genuine relationship conflict as Brian must decide whether intellectual compatibility or physical attraction matters more. The episode explores how people make compromises in relationships while questioning whether intellectual compatibility is more important than physical attraction or shared values. Brian's struggle with his girlfriend's behavior provides both comedy and character development as he confronts his own prejudices and relationship priorities. The resolution emphasizes that both family and romantic relationships require understanding and acceptance of differences, while acknowledging that some incompatibilities cannot be overcome through good intentions or physical attraction alone.
Wow, would not have expected rainbow sparks. A lot of chemicals near my baby's foot.
Episode 10. Stewie and Doug compete for the honor of class snack captain while exploring themes of childhood politics, competition, and leadership among elementary school students. The episode provides both school comedy and examination of how children learn about democracy, competition, and social organization through seemingly simple classroom activities and responsibilities. The snack captain election creates opportunities for both political satire and genuine examination of childhood social dynamics while exploring how children understand concepts of leadership, responsibility, and community service. Stewie's sophisticated campaign strategies clash with elementary school reality while creating both comedy and character development. Doug's candidacy provides both competition and friendship challenges as Stewie must balance his desire to win with his relationship with a classmate and friend. The episode explores how competition affects friendship while examining whether winning justifies potentially damaging personal relationships and social harmony. The classroom setting allows for both educational comedy and realistic portrayal of elementary school social dynamics while creating opportunities for both teacher and student character development. The other students' reactions to the campaign provide both comedy and examination of how children respond to political processes and social competition. The episode satirizes adult political behavior through children's activities while suggesting that many adult conflicts and strategies have their roots in childhood social learning and competitive experiences. Stewie's campaign tactics reflect both his intelligence and his ongoing moral development. The resolution emphasizes that leadership requires service to others rather than personal aggrandizement, while acknowledging that competition can be healthy when it encourages excellence rather than destroying relationships and community harmony.
Push off. You're choking me.
Episode 11. The guys recount their first true love stories through parodies of Castaway, Dirty Dancing, and various Meg Ryan romantic comedies, creating both nostalgic comedy and examination of romantic idealization and memory. The episode's structure allows for multiple storytelling styles while developing each character's romantic history and perspective on love and relationship. Peter's Castaway parody provides both survival comedy and examination of how isolation affects romantic attachment, while creating opportunities for both physical comedy and genuine emotional development. His relationship with the volleyball Wilson becomes both absurd and touching while exploring themes of loneliness and connection. Quagmire's Dirty Dancing parody creates both dance comedy and examination of his romantic history while providing opportunities for both sensual humor and genuine relationship development. The recreation of iconic scenes allows for both homage and character-specific comedy while maintaining the original's romantic appeal. Cleveland's Meg Ryan romantic comedy parody provides both genre satire and character development while exploring his approach to romance and relationship idealization. The various romantic comedy tropes create both comedy and examination of how media affects romantic expectations and relationship development. The episode explores how people romanticize past relationships while examining the difference between memory and reality in romantic experience. Each character's story reveals both their personality and their approach to love, while creating opportunities for both comedy and genuine emotional connection. The resolution suggests that all romantic experiences contribute to personal growth while acknowledging that idealization and nostalgia can both enhance and distort understanding of past relationships and their ongoing influence on personal development.
I was all alone on an uncharted island.
Episode 12, the guys attempt to help Mayor Wild West reconnect with his estranged father, Old West, creating both Western comedy and examination of father-son relationships across generations. The episode explores themes of family reconciliation, generational conflict, and how past choices affect current relationships while maintaining respect for both characters' perspectives and experiences. The Western setting and characters provide both genre parody and opportunities for action comedy, while examining how family conflicts persist across time and how different generations handle relationship repair and emotional connection. The father-son dynamic creates both comedy and genuine emotional stakes. Wild West's resentment toward his father creates both character development and examination of how childhood experiences affect adult relationships, while exploring the challenges of forgiveness and understanding when family relationships involve genuine harm or abandonment. Old West's attempts to reconnect with his son provide both comedy and realistic portrayal of how people change over time and attempt to repair damaged relationships, while acknowledging that good intentions don't automatically overcome past harm or current mistrust. The episode's Western elements create both action comedy and thematic connections between frontier justice and family conflict resolution, while examining how different eras and cultures approach family relationships and personal responsibility. Peter, Quagmire, and Cleveland's involvement provides both friendship support and outside perspective, while creating opportunities for both comedy and genuine assistance in family conflict resolution and relationship repair. The resolution emphasizes that family reconciliation requires both acknowledgement of past harm and commitment to future change, while suggesting that some relationships can be repaired when both parties genuinely commit to understanding and forgiveness.
I auditioned for America's Got Talent, but no one appreciates jumping in and out of a spinning lasso anymore.
Episode 13. Peter is mistaken for a single father and enjoys the social benefits while exploring themes of parenting perception, social support, and how family status affects community relationships. The episode examines how society treats different types of parents while providing both comedy and commentary on parenting stereotypes and community support systems. The single father misunderstanding creates both social comedy and examination of how parenting responsibilities are perceived differently based on gender and family structure, while exploring how community support varies based on assumptions about need and capability. Peter's enjoyment of the special treatment reveals both his character and societal assumptions about parenting, while creating opportunities for both comedy and examination of how social support systems function and who receives community assistance and recognition. The other single parents provide both community context and realistic portrayal of actual single parenting challenges, while creating opportunities for both comedy and genuine appreciation for the difficulties faced by parents raising children without partner. The episode explores how family structure affects social perception while examining whether single parents receive appropriate support or are subject to unfair assumptions about their capabilities and needs. Lois's reaction to Peter's deception creates both marital comedy and examination of family roles, while questioning how partnership responsibilities are perceived and valued by both family members and community observers. The resolution requires Peter to acknowledge both his deception, appreciation for Lois's partnership, while emphasizing that all parents deserve support regardless of family structure, while acknowledging that single parents face unique challenges requiring community assistance and understanding. Episode 14. Meg joins the Adam West High School basketball team, with her performance fueled by Peter's harsh criticism from the crowd, exploring themes of motivation, family support, and how negative attention can paradoxically improve performance. The episode examines different approaches to encouragement while questioning whether harsh criticism can be productive when it comes from family members. The basketball setting provides both sports comedy and examination of high school athletics, while creating opportunities for both physical comedy and genuine athletic achievement and personal growth. Meg's basketball skills develop through both practice and emotional motivation, while creating realistic sports progression. Peter's critical commentary from the stands creates both comedy and examination of appropriate parental support, while exploring how different types of attention affect performance and self-esteem. His harsh criticism motivates rather than discourages Meg, while creating complex family dynamics. The team environment provides both social comedy and realistic portrayal of high school sports culture, while creating opportunities for Meg to develop friendships and confidence through shared athletic achievement and team cooperation. The episode explores how family members can best support each other's goals, while questioning conventional wisdom about encouragement and criticism in personal development and achievement. The coaching staff and other players provide both sports comedy and community context, while supporting Meg's development and creating realistic high school athletic environment and social dynamic. The resolution examines whether Peter's critical approach is genuinely helpful or potentially harmful, while emphasizing that family support should build rather than tear down individual confidence and self-worth. Episode 15. Peter adopts an elderly bird to take advantage of work bereavement leave policies, only to discover the bird previously belonged to Hitler, while Brian gives up writing after finding his signed book in a free library. The episode explores themes of deception, historical connection, and artistic validation, while creating both dark comedy and examination of personal worth and legacy. The elderly bird adoption creates both workplace comedy and examination of how people manipulate systems, while providing opportunities for both physical comedy and historical connections that complicate Peter's simple scheme. The Hitler connection provides both dark historical comedy and examination of how objects and animals carry historical significance, while creating moral complexity about ownership, responsibility, and historical legacy. Brian's discovery of his book in the free library creates both artistic comedy and genuine examination of how writers handle rejection and lack of recognition, while exploring themes of artistic worth and public appreciation. The episode explores how people seek validation for their work, while examining the difference between commercial success and artistic value in creative endeavors and personal achievement. The work leave policy abuse provides both workplace comedy and examination of how systems can be manipulated, while questioning the ethics of deception, even when policies seem arbitrary or unfair. The resolution addresses both Peter's deception and Brian's artistic disappointment, while emphasizing that personal worth shouldn't depend entirely on external validation or public recognition of achievement and effort.
Yeah, Hermione? Hey, it's me, Harry.
Episode 16. The continuation of Peter's bird storyline reveals its Nazi connections while exploring themes of historical responsibility, ownership ethics, and how past associations affect present circumstances. The episode handles sensitive historical material through both comedy and respect for historical tragedy, while examining moral complexity of object ownership and historical legacy. The Nazi bird history creates both dark comedy and genuine moral dilemma, as Peter must decide how to handle ownership of an animal with problematic historical associations, while creating opportunities for both education and humor about historical responsibility. The episode explores how individuals handle connections to historical evil, while examining whether objects and animals can be morally neutral or whether their associations create ongoing ethical obligations and responsibility. The historical research and discovery process provides both comedy and realistic portrayal of how historical information affects present decisions, while creating opportunities for both education and examination of personal responsibility for historical legacy. Brian's continued writing struggles provide parallel examination of artistic creation and legacy, while exploring how people handle professional disappointment and personal validation in creative field. The community's reaction to the bird's history provides both comedy and examination of how groups handle historical connections, while creating opportunities for both education and social commentary about historical memory and responsibility. The resolution addresses both historical responsibility and personal agency, while emphasizing that individuals can make ethical choices regardless of historical associations, while acknowledging that some connections require careful consideration and appropriate action.
Hello, I'm back. You guys were right. Murdering strangers is better than paying my credit card bill.
Episode 17. Lois faces accusations of theft and blocking from a vacation rental app, while Stewie and Brian attempt door-to-door saltwater taffy sales, creating both modern technology, comedy, and classic sales humor. The episode explores themes of online reputation, digital justice, and traditional business approaches, while examining how contemporary systems affect personal freedom and economic opportunity. The vacation rental app Conflict provides both technology, comedy, and examination of how digital platforms affect travel and personal reputation, while creating realistic portrayal of how online accusations can affect real-world opportunities and personal freedom. The theft accusations create both legal comedy and examination of due process in digital systems, while exploring how online platforms handle disputes and accusations without traditional legal protections and procedure. Stewie and Brian's door-to-door sales provide both classic comedy format and examination of traditional business approaches in contemporary settings, while creating opportunities for both community interaction and entrepreneurial development. The saltwater taffy business creates both product comedy and realistic portrayal of small business challenges, while exploring how partnership dynamics affect business success and personal relationships. The episode explores how contemporary technology affects traditional business and personal relationships, while examining whether digital convenience improves or complicates human interaction and economic activity. The resolution addresses both digital reputation repair and traditional business success, while emphasizing that personal integrity matters more than online ratings, while acknowledging that digital systems significantly affect contemporary life and opportunity. Episode 18. Peter's new job as night watchman leads to transforming Pawtucket Brewery into an after-hours bar, while Stewie and Brian's lost dog reward scheme backfires when Brian becomes a TikTok stunt victim. The episode explores themes of workplace responsibility, social media danger, and how good intentions can create unexpected problems and consequences. The night watchman position provides both workplace comedy and examination of security responsibility, while creating opportunities for both rule-breaking and community service in unofficial capacity. The after-hours bar operation creates both business comedy and examination of how workplaces can serve community needs, while questioning the ethics of using employer resources for personal and social purposes. Stewie and Brian's reward scheme provides both entrepreneurial comedy and examination of how money-making plans can create unintended consequences, while exploring the ethics of deception even for relatively harmless purposes. The TikTok stunt element creates both social media comedy and genuine concern about online safety, while examining how content creation pressure can lead to dangerous behavior and exploitation. The episode explores how contemporary technology affects traditional relationships, while questioning whether social media enhancement improves or endangers personal safety and authentic connection. The resolution addresses both workplace responsibility and social media safety, while emphasizing that community building requires genuine service rather than personal benefit, while acknowledging that contemporary technology creates both opportunities and dangers for personal and social development.
Das gut, ja.
Episode 19. Meg's pursuit of Brian's Instagram hacker leads to romance in Russia, while Lois confronts her former middle school bully, who is now dating Quagmire. The episode explores themes of international romance, cybercrime, and how past relationships affect current circumstances, while examining forgiveness and understanding across cultural and temporal boundaries. The Instagram hacking storyline provides both technology comedy and international adventure, while creating opportunities for both cybercrime education and cultural exchange through Meg's unexpected romance with the hacker. The Russian setting creates both cultural comedy and genuine appreciation for international experience, while avoiding offensive stereotypes and instead focusing on human connection across cultural boundaries and different social systems. Meg's romance with Ivan provides both relationship comedy and character development, while exploring how love can develop in unexpected circumstances and how international relationships handle cultural differences and practical challenges. Lois's confrontation with her former bully creates both nostalgic comedy and examination of how childhood experiences affect adult relationships, while exploring themes of forgiveness and understanding when past harm affects present interaction. The middle school flashback elements provide both educational setting comedy and realistic portrayal of adolescent social dynamics, while examining how misunderstandings can persist across decades without proper communication and resolution. The resolution addresses both Meg's internal romance and Lois's historical relationship, while emphasizing that understanding and communication can resolve conflicts, while acknowledging that some relationships require ongoing effort and mutual respect to overcome past difficulties and current misunderstanding. Episode 20. Adult Education. The season finale sees Meg's Russian marriage revealed as a green card scam, while Chris joins Principal Shepard in filming adult content at the high school, creating both immigration comedy and educational system satire. The episode explores themes of exploitation, institutional responsibility, and how good intentions can lead to inappropriate situations and legal complications. Meg's marriage deception creates both international comedy and immigration system examination while exploring how people exploit romantic relationships for legal and economic advantage while creating genuine emotional harm and disappointment. The green card marriage scam provides both legal comedy and realistic portrayal of immigration system challenges while examining how desperate circumstances can lead to questionable decisions and mutual exploitation. Chris's involvement in adult film production creates both educational comedy and examination of appropriate boundaries in school settings while exploring how authority figures can inappropriately involve students in adult activities and commercial ventures. The Principal Shepherd storyline provides both administrative comedy and serious examination of educational leadership responsibility while questioning how institutional authority should be used and what constitutes appropriate student-administrator relationship. The episode explores how institutions and individuals can exploit vulnerable people while examining the importance of appropriate boundaries in professional and personal relationships. The resolution addresses both Meg's immigration situation and Chris's inappropriate school activities, emphasizing that institutions have responsibility to protect rather than exploit vulnerable individuals, while acknowledging that both legal systems and educational institutions require ongoing oversight and ethical accountability to function properly and serve their intended purposes rather than personal interests and individual gain.
Family Guy is brought to you by the not new Toyota Cressida.
Family Guy's 21st season proved that maturity doesn't mean losing your edge, it means sharpening it with experience. These 20 episodes tackled everything from social media culture to international romance, from technology addiction to historical responsibility, proving that a show in its third decade can still surprise, challenge, and entertain. Season 21 wasn't just about staying relevant, it was about leading the conversation. From Instagram hacking to TikTok dangers, from hologram technology to vintage blockbuster stores, this season showed us that the best comedy comes from understanding both where we've been and where we're going. If this journey through television evolution inspired you to believe that the best stories never end, they just get better, hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations of how great shows age like fine wine. What's your favorite moment from the season that proved Family Guy still has plenty to say? Let me know in the comments below.